Nah, you cannot stop it.
I had to switch up the flow, show you the way that it go. God is good, but his life is hard. But it gets better when you grind it smart. I'm just really trying to leave a mark. We tired of being who they say we are. That's the baton, we gon' take it far. Always been real, we don't fake it all. Tired of 9 to 5, just make enough to survive. Only living on the weekends. You really thinking that's why I'm alive? Busting out the scenes, time to live my dreams, do the things deep inside of me. This life, it continues with fighting me, but I don't have quitting inside of me. I will not jump in these boxes they throw at me. Talking to God and there's so much he's showing me. Shaping me, growing me, taking me sowing seeds. A growing tree, y'all get a load of me. Yeah, don't let them slow me. I get the bag like a grocery. I'm on my grind like I'm supposed to be. And I do not care if you notice me. Boxes, I cannot fit in the boxes. Stop it, quitting was never an option. Exhausted, this passion is never exhausted. And you cannot stop it, nah, you cannot stop it. This isn't a robbery, hands in the sky if you got a dream. Learn nothing was blocking me. I was the problem, the only one stopping me. I didn't like it, I had to refocus. Now I'm devoted, I know where I'm going. Controlling emotions, I'm owning the moment. In order to get it, see, you gotta want it. This type of flow make a living break. Confessions over these 808s. Don't sleep on the key, better stay away. I mean, for heaven's sake, I'ma be the best. Came from the endless, playing with the games, bitch with the chest. Beating on my chest, trying to get my rest. Watch me while I flex. Every win is a blessing, and every L is a lesson. So when I run into rejection, I know it's only redirection. I see the blessings right beside me. The chances of quitting are likely. I do it like I'm in my Nikes. Don't make excuses, they never excite me. Boxes, I cannot fit in the boxes. Stop it, quitting was never an option. Exhausted, this passion is never exhausted. And you cannot stop it, nah, you cannot stop it. Quitting was never an option. And you cannot stop it, nah, you cannot stop it.
Two covers through the middle. Adia for three.
No mai, hoki mai, welcome back here to Rugby Park in Whakatane, and it's the scene, the site, the location of the Whakatane Touch Tournament, January 2024, the first one on the calendar for the new year. Happy New Year to those of you joining us on the live stream, and what absolute scenes here under the sun at Whakatane. It's our open men's semi-final number 1 coming up very shortly. I'm Brad Pittman and joined in commentary by perhaps Playing Up's biggest supporter in Peter McIntyre, the Mystical Mac. Welcome to the commentary booth, Pete. Big semi-final coming up.
Yeah, kia ora. Firstly, a privilege to be a part of this, calling this game, and to be at Whakatane for the 2024 Whakatane tournament. Obviously, we've got a rivalry that goes back a long way. The Playing Up WAIRERE, you know, if you want to see it, YouTube, you can see a lot of it. But this should be a very good battle. Yeah, really looking forward to it.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's two powerhouses, certainly of recent, you know, the last sort of 5 to 10 here at Whakatane. These two sides been in the mixer each and every year. WAIRERE, of course, the defending champions, but Playing Up here, equal to it in today's open men's semi-final. For those of you unfamiliar, WAIRERE in the red and white singlets, Playing Up in the purple. Looks like WAIRERE will have first use of the football. And despite perhaps a surprising loss in their last round robin game, Playing Up here look like they're up and at 'em, ready for this open men's semi-final against the defending champs.
Yeah, at the moment, WAIRERE being the favourites in my eyes, across the board, just splattered with New Zealand representation. But I think it's the camaraderie and what they've created as a club that holds them in good stead, so it should be a good battle.
Yeah, and they're first with the ball here. WAIRERE working the middle. Special mention, of course, to our referees for this men's semi-final, Brett Kimpton, Adrian Brown and Carly Rua out there for this open men's semi-final. They're going to have a lot of action on their hands.
Just there, you know, they're going to their strike, their primary early. E4, you know, he's got a very, very good low game. They run a little bit of a circle fake out ball with a dive. You know, something new from Efion, you know, like E4. So, you know, very good to see. At the moment, they transition on and probably Playing Up strike at the moment. They've got Tian on the ball, and that's who they want to have on the ball. He's been very good thus far today.
And the touch there from E4 Jones, just disrupting the long ball out to the wing there of Playing Up. So they'll get a reset here, right up on the 7. Playing Up, and big opportunity to show off their attacking prowess early here, Pete.
Yeah. One of the other strike players that they've gone to, Tutui, very good at the low quickie or punish on the link, and he goes straight to his primary play. And they should come back to a 33 ruck or 32 ruck for Tian coming down the lane. No, they go a reverse. They've really got to be smart here, Playing Up, to go to the hot hand.
There it is.
And there it is.
The link didn't shut the gate there, and straight through go Playing Up. First points in this open men's semi-final go the way of the men in purple.
I talked a little bit about WAIRERE at the start of this. Playing Up actually missing 2 of their marquee players in Sean and Chopper, but yep. We've got a really good young breed coming through, and the best place to learn is in a semi-final. Yeah,
that's it. We saw last year the Jedi boys took out the drop-off tournament, so some of those graduates now in the open men's here with Playing Up, so awesome to see that pathway, of course, and you know, we speak of pathways, none other than WAIRERE as well, who are always bringing those young players through.
And just as we're talking, I think a big strength of the Playing Up side is to have, and I rate them as the 2 best wingers in the country at the moment, Finn on one side and Razor on the other.
Yep.
Yeah, it really compresses the WAIRERE attack, at the moment, I think the Wairere platforms are a little bit passive, so they really need to change that up and get into something a little bit more, with a little bit more intent.
Yeah, we spoke of the wingers in the last game. We saw Rahana Suda-Finch there grab one and run the length of the field in their game against Loaded. Proved to be a big score in the end of things. I mean, you're right, Finlay Barnett, also one of the premier speedsters and finishers in our game. So, yeah, excitement across the park.
Yeah. So interesting, just the back end of that, not that tidy. You know, they want to finish a little bit sharper, either through the line or ball to ground. You know, like so they can get a good defensive set on.
And here come Wairere through their transition. They work back towards the middle. And reset here for Wairere, about 10 out from the attacking line.
I talked a little bit about quality with the Wairere side. Obviously, you got number 23 on there. You know, without a doubt, one of the primary marquee players in the country at the moment. You know, Mitz has been there for very smart indeed. And that there, they just run an outplay, the link wing lift, that maybe lifted a little bit slow there. You know, they should have been up to target and out. But, you know, good change up, a little bit soft in my eyes.
Yeah, but they get it through the hands and they execute at the end of the day. They're Wairere and they'll stroll in.
Yeah, they've got to be pushing up and holding to push them over the top to double that one. And then Finn just came a little bit late after I just, you know, commentator's curse. I just talked him up. Yeah, but anyway.
Here come playing up the middle, throw the long ball. And forward is the call. Yeah, and you mentioned Mitagram, of course, recently named to coach the Māori All-Stars coming up in their touch fixture against the Indigenous All-Stars coming up a little bit later in the year. So
yeah, and that's great for Mitz. You know, he's given a lot to the game as a player, and good that he can give some of that knowledge back as a coach. You know, it's a different setup with the Indigenous. You know, they're going not too bad with it. Oh, and again, a little bit of youth on the outside where they run a sort of semi-passive there. Caught them in a half mark and get them on the outside. But yeah, that should be really good for Mitz, as I was saying. I think just coming out of transition, playing up, just need to put some defensive comms, either pull back and suck into the 7 to make them go passive, or just put some defensive comms and push a little bit stronger at a point defender. They're just a little bit lax at the moment when they're coming out of transition.
yeah, and for those who have been following along through the live stream, here's a little breakthrough touch called into the playoff games. Now we are, of course, 2 15-minute halves, no longer the 25-minute straight shoot games here for these playoffs. Here's Takuha Ropati, dumps and go.
Yeah, playing up really need to look at their platforms there, you know, like it's really not that strong a platform to give some indecision with the Wairere defence. So that 4-5 touch, or pull them back with some attacking range and ensure that they can get a little bit more assertive going forward.
And here come Wairere, probably one of their most dangerous points, this transition in front of their sub-box. They're probably one of the best going around at it. They come into shape now.
Mitz pulling the strings from that link position, closing that attacking triangle. Look, they should get them out there while they can.
Here is de Graham, and they'll just roll it back there. 5th touch. Well defended in the end there by playing up, and on their favourable side too for the exit. It's a little bit clunky there.
Yeah.
They've transition.
Wairere put a 3-3 press on it and really stole the possession off it. But this gives them a little bit of direct, and then they can go power off that. It's good. I don't know about cutting to a nothing. They've got to stay outside.
Foot race, Barney.
Oh, not bad by Finn. He played inside with a dummy and tried to get him on the outside. At this level, hardest thing to probably do when you're on winger.
Yeah, and heartbreaker for the playing up staff there. A penalty in transition.
Yeah, as a coach, you know, like that sets you up for a 6 touch, you know, and you've got a free 6 in the half basically. So it takes off that having to power through the field. Sometimes good, sometimes bad. A little bit of inaccuracy there. Efion very, very good with his low game. Yeah, so just needs to be accurate with the execution.
Yeah, we saw E4 have a crack at it earlier in the game. Efion probably one of the best at the low dive.
Very good at the moment. He's he's very formed at his low dive. Goes low early, slides along the ground, 2 meters out. Very good.
And I like the extra pass there in transition from playing up. Just got them a little bit more time to get their shape on. And here they go. There's the strike. What a chop line.
Better platform, 32 pick, holds elbows high so they can't read a release, hits the link very flat, very sharp. But we need it. We need consistency in that area, and that's from both sides. I did like the intensity that they came out of transition there with. Really good.
Yeah, and I think as I mentioned, that extra pass just in there, I think it was 3 play, just allowed their platform to set a little bit stronger for that strike. And speaking of strike, here come WAIRERE back again.
Razor got there a little bit late, but you know he's in the outside lane, so he can cut the pass as well. Yeah, just a little late though. He could have lifted a little earlier. He ball watched a little bit. I think he got caught there. Lucky the accuracy wasn't on. Right to left.
He loves that lane too. Razor.
I've been fortunate enough to obviously coach Razor at a World Cup in Mids. I've had a few of these boys. Great men, you know, to start off with. That's good.
Grabbed
up in the lane.
It's a sprint race. No. Chance gone begging there. Error on halfway. I think they would have loved to have Finlay Barnett on the field at that time, but he's out in the shade at the moment.
As things go as a coach, you know, the discipline of set completion in the right area is crucial. And we didn't need that at that stage. Playing up, you know, you got a win out of being up in the lane. So you didn't need to actually check that one. Just take the distance, you know, take the yards, get fresh on. So it's a learning thing. Tatui should know better, you know, like he was half of this and half of that. But anyway, on we go.
Yeah, now, fortunately, they weren't made pay for it here. Playing up, here's Takuha, Opati, Suda Finch working there. There's another good extra, just allowing that time for the rollers to come on.
Yeah, they're narrowing up when they're coming to the box, which isn't giving them a good transition. And then, you know, you've got clunky back end. They really need to be a lot better than that system-wise. You know, you watch WAIRERE when they come on, they don't narrow it as much, which gives them a check option, which stops the 3-3 press or push.
Shooters. Yeah, here we go now. WAIRERE into the attacking half.
So at this stage, at 2-2, you know, there's nothing in it. So the team that really settles into their rucking game and kicking out of transition, you know, has got a better opportunity. Just the accuracy from both teams at the moment is a little bit wayward. You know, like for a men's game of this level, the expectation is you want it a little bit higher.
Yeah, absolutely. And look, don't take anything away from these two teams. It's been a hot, long day so far here in Whakatane, but like you said, we probably expect better out of the calibre of these players. And they'll know that. You know, we don't need to tell them. Here they go, though.
Yeah, this one where they come 1 centimetre off the sideline, not something I'd ever coach myself. You know, I'd like to give the exit distance to the sideline, so get a zone that you can play both sides. And by coming 1 centimetre to the sideline, if they push an overwatch, it really locks them in. You know, it really adds pressure, and the pressure was then the mistake. Anyway, WAIRERE is back on attack again. You know, they've really got to put one of these away. They've really had the ascendancy in terms of position on the field.
Yeah, they've had a few sets down this end, starting at about halfway now and not being able to capitalise. But that one, Trey Poiupi does capitalise on one. It's the Blue Boots. They stayed in and they go up here 3-2.
Beautiful pass. He had a double look at the pass, and actually the pass beat him when he looked back. He should have just gone straight to target. He had enough time. Beautiful setup play. They run that and they just out the winger. Really nice. It's that second look that he just ball watch for that second too long. Let's see what they've got here.
Yeah, just under, or coming up to 2 minutes left to play here in this first half. Playing Up would love an answer and to go in all level into the halftime break, as we saw in the women's semi-final earlier. That one, reset coming now, so full set here, Peter, for Playing Up.
Yeah, Shan got up in the lane, you know, it's a 50-50 when they're in the lane. They put their hand out, goes to ref score, but Playing Up got it. Good of Shan to be up there, you know, like that. I like the change of point of... I like when they change the point of attack there, you know, not stick it middle or 3-3, you know, just go lateral, which makes Wairere's defence move laterally, which then defines space and shape a little bit better.
Yeah, and here's their strike set, a little bit untidy at the play the ball.
Oh, that was...
That's tidy. What's the call going to be?
Down.
No
very,
touch.
Very good. Great down. Not being biased there, but that was a very good down, very good finish. There was probably a centimetre in it. Yeah, they just done a same-o quickie. He just gave it straight back to him, and I think it was just the speed of the grounding. You know, very, very good.
Yeah, we'll have a look at that on the One Foundation replay down in your bottom corner there.
Sun goes, gets it back. I mean, Tian gets it back, phases again, gives it straight back. Oh, great down.
Had to reach above his head for it as well.
Yeah.
Waireere with seconds left in this first half. Can they regain the lead going into half-time? They're trying to work the penalty.
They just need to see this out, see the set out. You
great touch.
Yeah, great touch. I tell you what, Tamatoa has been very lethal this tournament. You know, like very, very good. Yeah, and that's a good. They just need to complete here.
Yep.
As a coach once, you know, you defend a set, you complete a set.
They want to get through this one here.
That's better, not going to that sideline. Oh, yeah. Just as I put that commentator curse out there, there's a mistake. With 10 seconds to go, you'd put a power scoop at Tamatoa off the back end of some power here. I'd back him every day.
We go Jones, there's the hooter.
Oh, yep,
and
hard case in this hot weather. They're all happy, just pretty much go, okay, let's go to the water.
yeah, absolutely, and it's a cracking first half in our open men's semi-final. All locked up there, 3-3 between Waireere and Playing Up. Pete, I'll let you talk about what you enjoyed through that first half, and I'm going to hand over to Tiv Guthrie to join you for the second half.
I think throughout the game, it's been a battle. I'd like to see a little bit more accuracy. Just before I talk about the game, I'm very privileged to have Tiv Guthrie beside me. This young man has done something that not many people know about. We call it the Triple Crown. He won in 13. He won a Whakatane. He won a national championship, and he beat Australia in the same year, and was a huge part of that. His knowledge, and I've been very blessed to listen to him on live stream, and really rapt to call a game with you, my friend.
We still got another minute and a half if you want to keep rattling off those achievements.
Well, I can, because I was fortunate enough to be there in most of them, not as a coach, even as a supporter. 2000, when your 19 boys, when you won that one over in Australia and Canberra, that was a highlight. You know, I've been fortunate enough to be around you with a few, and it's been a pleasure.
Appreciate the words, P. I think we'll probably cut it there, otherwise we'll be going well into the second half. So
you'll be signing signatures.
Anyway, it's fun. It is all locked up here, 3 apiece, Waireere and Playing Up. Just watching that, Pete, I would say that Waireere probably had the ascendancy for large periods of that first half. Would you agree?
I agree. I think they've been better exiting out and through transition, and they've unfortunately the accuracy on the back end hasn't been as sharp, but they've sort of ruled exit, transition, and then given themselves opportunity.
Yeah, whereas Playing Up probably a little bit more disjointed, definitely guilty of some errors coming out of their own half. But then, you know, on the flip side to that, for Playing Up, the score is still locked up. So, you know, they're going into the second half the same way that they went into the first half, and they can sort of flush that and move forward from here.
Yeah, and remembering, you know, and I don't want to call the drop-off too early. If they go to that, due to Waireere started with the ball, they're going to have a tad of an advantage with ball in hand.
Yeah, as we see, looking for the second phase. Ball just goes to ground there from Phillips. And probably not the way they wanted to start the second half, but they'll look to back it up with some big, strong defence.
Yeah, interesting that the potty chucked out, Wurimu Takare and as a Nootai coaches there. I might have gone to a hot hand myself, but anyway, I'm not coaching. I'm here helping you out, but anyway, yeah. Oh, and as I said again, just that coming out of transition, they're getting the calls, which is helping them out. And
those ones on the back end, they're really compounding because they act as sort of a 12-touch set. Those penalties or those turnovers that you give away on the last as Tiwi Davies looks to Goosey to the outside. Well scouted there from Harry Carter of Playing Up in the number 2 strip. And they've got Graham on the field with Avion Jones, Tiwi Davies. It's a strong touch there from Carter, and in the Super men's section, Pete, you're not going to get any easy ones.
Yeah, no. Again, like the basic fundamentals of getting the ball down, it's got to be a fundamentals. And we really need to pick it up in the game.
As Playing Up now, move across the halfway line through Quinn Milich Misakini. Angled plant, though, was the call, and probably both teams just guilty of a few errors.
Yeah, I just think he came in narrow there, and if you come in narrow and then try and kick out on the outside, you're always going to lose that battle. He needs to keep that gate wide so he can come square to the ball, but it's a transition thing too. Yeah.
And now Wairere moving through the field. I'll tell you what, you sub some big guns off and you get some bigger ones on. They've got Hotham, Edwardson, Awa Morris on the ball. Throws along to Hotham. He'll look to move to the outside, trying to get on the outside of Tian McIntyre. But I've been impressed with Tian, Pete. He's come back in 2024 and really good nick, really looking after his body.
Yeah, I think it was a little bit of disappointment not being named in that men's side, but it's something you've got to earn. And I think it's lessons learnt, whether it's a men's side or a mixed side, everything in this game has got to be earned. Doesn't matter what your name is, you earn it by your effort, not by your name.
100% correct. As the ball goes out to the left-hand side, Carter pops it back over. Tusa, as Carter thought he snuck around the outside.
Yeah, I think there was an early touch and pass there called. Not bad though, not good finish. If they press some D here, they really needed to be set better in an exit D there. They were a little bit lackadaisical. Oh.
Yeah, and they've been let off the hook there, Playing Up with a bobble at the roll ball. Wairere won't be happy with that one. And now they'll have to do some big, strong defence with the game still at 3-3. We're a couple of minutes into the second half. We're running with 15 minutes when it comes to knockout footy here at the Whakatane Touch Tournament. As Te Tui Tuta moves into the middle of the field. He's been dangerous on his feet. He's electric, and Wairere will have to be on their best stuff if they want to snuff out Te Tuhi.
Yeah, he's a very interesting player, very eyes up. I still think he hasn't reached his potential of what he can do.
As he throws a long ball out, I think that was Finn Barnett looking to throw the bat back in, but it wasn't on, and I think Playing Up, giving away the ball early in the touch count there.
Yeah, and I look at platforms of what your outcome's going to be, and I don't think the platform was really set. It was too static, then you go passive direct, and then no one's shifting.
And then a penalty on the back end of that set, just Western Tahuri getting caught up in the ruck.
Yeah, just a little bit of inexperience there. I talked about, we are playing some young boys, but they just need to be disciplined. But that's where you learn it. You learn it in the big ones.
And
you learn it in the big ones.
As Suta Finch tries to get around the outside of Poihipi.
And there was some wheels chasing him. Tamatoa and Poihipi, there's no slouches out there.
And there's wheels all over the park, isn't there, when you look through both teams. And, you mentioned the young players, Playing Up. They're really cutting their teeth, aren't they,
Pete? Very, very proud of their efforts, for the Playing Up club. It's excellent to see, you have turnovers in clubs, and, I say Sean's not here and Chopper's not here, but really it's about opportunity as well.
And when those opportunities come, you do have to take them with both hands. I think that's Madigan tries to skip to the outside. Phillips came on the switch. And, just again, a little bit of ill discipline there. He had to give the ball over. Mitta Graham was on the mark asking for the ball.
Done it well, Mitta. A lot of experience out of there. Mitta's looking up at the official, looking for a adjudication there, and he got one in favour of Wairere.
And now as a result, Wairere crossover halfway, and they've still got a couple up their sleeve as Hotham.
And they've got some guns out there at the moment. Efion, E4, you know, you've got a bit of everything there.
And that's a great chase out, but an excellent back and an even better pickup from Tiwi Davies.
Beautiful
that was excellent play all around.
Beautiful back.
Great defense and just even better attack, Pete.
Yeah, I just think with this defense, he's got to stay high when he does it, so and get high, one arm up and one arm out. So he should be expecting at his level, expecting that back. But it's all learning, you know. But it was a great finish, great skill set.
As you see in the One Foundation replay, I think E4 Jones would have heard the call of hit. The back came back from Thomas, and then Tiwi Davies with the one-handed scoop. That was pretty to watch. 4-3 is the scoreline at the moment, so the game's still sort of hanging in the balance. It hasn't.
I think we just need discipline here, you know. Go to the hot hand. If he's set up for a sweep, then play him.
A little bit of back and forth there between Tukirangi and Edwardson. Tian McIntyre on the ball, gets the crossover quickie. Tries to throw the late pass.
Oh, I thought that'd come off a hand there. Maybe my eyes are too good. Geez. But that's not very good. First, I think it was the ill discipline when he kicked out. Killed that one, and then we're searching. You know, we've got to be disciplined. We've talked about it, Tiv, in the basic fundamentals and ensuring that we stick to the play.
Yeah, sticking to process, and on the opposite hand, that's what Wairere do very, very well as they try to come through the midfield. Avion Jones doesn't have a good grasp of that one, and the ball bobbles in the ruck, a rare Wairere error, and now playing up, get the ball sort of early in the touch count, and they're going to cross over halfway through Takoaropati. The subbers are coming on. Phillips with the ball. Tahuri moves to his outside.
They need to square up on that one so they're not getting that sideways plant, and then they can go direct. That's better.
It's a great plant there from Tahuri as Kara looks to go short.
Yeah.
And while they didn't score, that was a good end to the set.
And they finished through the line. I thought the passive was big time on there. I thought Takahoa actually went forward a bit too much. He should have stayed in that passive hole there, and it was there for the money.
And both teams being presented with some opportunities. I think the game is probably going to come down to whoever takes those opportunities when they're on offer. As Wairere, just checking, you can see they're setting up for a passive play of their own on the left-hand side as Tiwi Davies throws out the back. And Waho can't quite pick that up off his bootlaces, but it was shaping nicely there for Wairere.
Playing up really need to sort out their exit here. You know, if they're going to get a grip on this game, they've got to be have the condition to ruck.
And some hard touches. That's probably what more they're looking forward to is Takoaropati taking in that one. Kara, and on the fifth and final, they'll take a bit of a lazy scoop, and they'll kill on this side McIntyre. And probably not what they were looking for playing up. They want a better finish on the back end of that set.
Yeah, I think their 1-2 set is not giving them opportunity to get transition. They really need to, you know, if it was me, I'd tell them to pick up the middle, pick up the 50, and then don't close the box down. But anyway, again, I'll have my opportunity to coach, and it'll be at the World Cup. So
plenty of time. Of course, the Women's Open coach for New Zealand, Peter McIntyre. And that ball goes to ground. Wairere, they've got plenty of field position, but just not quite able to convert all of their opportunities. And now playing up.
They've got to be careful here, Wairere. You know, you can't close shop too early and, you know, think that you're going to, you know, go home with the goods, as it would be.
As Carter manages to get him behind, a little bit of free flow play, bit of enterprising play from playing up, moving away from the.
I think that's a nice way to put it, Tip. Enterprising.
As the long ball goes over the top, and Thomas manages to grab that intercept as well.
Yeah. Again, I think out of transition, the playing up weren't that good, and then that doesn't give them good strike back in. They've really got to do something here.
And I just wonder, Pete, just from watching, both teams are very good defensively when they are shifting up and pressing forward off their defensive line. I wonder if that's got a hand to play in the quality of the yardage game going forward.
Yeah, and it's hot, eh? It's very hot, Tiv, and I think fatigue is being a big part of this. But, you know, this is open men, so...
And I think you can see there as well. Beautiful play from WAIRERE. That was sort of off the cuff, and then it went out and then went back inside, and Legion Hotham picks up WAIRERE's 5th.
Finn flew in and misread his target, and then they got him on the outside, and then it was a 2v1. Let's have a look on the replay here.
And the ball, there was nothing really doing here for WAIRERE, and it was just the 5th and final.
It goes long. Finn comes flying in, misses a target, and he went to the passive, and then they done the trail feed back in.
Expecting that ball to go to E4 Jones and win in front of him to Hotham, and then that gave the easy 2-on-1 draw pass to Thomas back inside to Hotham, and WAIRERE take their biggest lead of the match. It's 5-3 with just under 5 minutes left as McIntyre hits the link. Beautiful floater ball, went past the face of Tiwi Davies. That's exactly what Playing Up needed.
Yep.
And 5-4 with, again, 4 minutes left, and this game is sort of poised nicely, Pete.
Yeah, there's still a lot in it, so we'll see what pod they chuck out here, and as E4 comes out, we've got Tamatoa, I think it is, they've got an attacking pod that they really need to do something here. On the other hand, they are up by 1, so, they're still in the lead here. We really need to see a good defensive set from Playing Up.
But as you said, Pete, even with the 1-try advantage, they don't want to shut up shop too early as ball comes out to the link. Great defense there from Mania King.
Yeah.
He really stepped up and closed that space, didn't he, Pete?
It was a great step up. He just got a little bit caught in a little bit, but at least he went forward, which then closed down that space and added that pressure. They really need to sort out their rucking here.
Force that extra pass from E4 Jones as the ball comes to Barnett, now to Tusa.
I don't want to say it, Tib, but it's a bit of a bail mentality where they've really got to sort it out.
Yeah, it's especially in this heat as well. Everyone's first instinct is to go to the box as the scoop comes on the back foot. There's Tukirangi, throws the ball, bit of a wayward pass and a sloppy into that set of 6.
Yep. Again, your exit's going to set up your transition. Your transition should then give you the opportunity to get strike on back end. Everyone thinks the game's that technical, and it's quite basic. The areas that you win, if you're winning 2 of the 3 areas, the likelihood is you're going to win the game.
And the exit, obviously talking about whatever plan you've got on the first and second touches when you're coming off your line. If they're strong, then really that translates to the back end of your set as WAIRERE. Again, they show the
a little
effects
bit
of that.
isolated. Now they're throwing it around a bit. You've got to push hard. Good touch there. Link touch. That gives us a man on. And that gives them a poor platform. I talked about it before. WAIRERE can't put it in the cupboard here. Eh? They really need to, because whoever wins this is going into a final, so they've got to have final mentality of being a little bit more ruthless and putting it away.
Suter Finch tries to join the farmers from around the Whakatane area, trying to milk that penalty.
Yeah, a little bit of acting there, a bit of this, a bit of that, but anyway.
And now McIntyre moving forward. Pass goes off to King. And a little bit more direction from Tuta. Tries to sneak in. Probably went a little bit too far into the defensive line with a couple more touches up their sleeve. And that's a costly error there for Playing Up.
Yeah, and Playing Up are staying in the game with the reality of their transition and back end are not that sharp, to be honest. But anyway, they've still got opportunity. We've got time here. But WAIRERE's got the ball at the moment. That guy has got some beautiful speed and feet. Great recovery there.
Jeez, that was great attack.
Oh, that was great attack and
even
great
better defense.
They just need to keep it open here on the exit. Don't close it up.
Yeah, went from Ropati, didn't he? Skipped on the outside and drew the link defender, and then Tuta came on the recover. As we go back to live play, Hunter Suter Finch going down the right-hand touchline. Touches made, the 2 old heads going at it. Suter Finch and Edwardson. It was like watching, not exactly like watching thoroughbreds, was it, Pete?
Yeah. I think Rayan has still got some legs. Oh, I don't know about that touch, but anyway.
As he scored that one out wide, Suter Finch, he might have picked one back. Aaron Nortai in the sub-box is going hard at the sideline referee. There's some high stakes here.
Yeah, I thought it was down myself anyway.
Suter Finch thought so as well. He looks dejected and he looks sore as well with that finish.
Not the most graceful finish you've ever seen.
And then the ball goes to ground, and WAIRERE, that play was important in the context of the game.
Tian unfortunately goes down, so he just needs to go to the side. I think the fatigue on Tian is, cramping him up. it's interesting. We talk through the day, Tiv, about keeping your team in the hunt, and that means hydration, nutrition. That's what keeps you in the hunt. And
yeah, it's all the little things, and they all add up, don't they, at the end of the day, as we come to the end of this one, playing up, not quite able to get over the top of the defending champs.
Yeah.
And WAIRERE, they will move on to the grand final of the Whakatane Touch tournament and look to secure yet another title. They've won 5 all up, and we'll see if they can move on to win their 6th. We're not quite sure who they're playing in the grand final, but in this one, WAIRERE get up over Playing Up, Pete.
Yeah, and congratulations to WAIRERE. Like we say, it's about opportunities. They had, I think, a few more opportunities than Playing Up due to the fact that they put them in a position, to take those opportunities. You can call this one or that one, but Playing Up certainly had the opportunities. I just don't think they had the fuel or the exit and transition to get enough finish out there, Tiv. But big congratulations to WAIRERE.
All of those small things, they do end up adding up, as WAIRERE will move on to the grand final to come a little bit later on. And just once again, a huge mihi, a huge shout out to all of our sponsors, One Foundation, Whakatane District Council, the Whakatane Ohope Community Board, our major sponsors. We can't do this without you, as well as our other sponsors, Ake Chartered Accountants and Business Advisors, BTS, Better Together Sportswear, Iceman Whakatane, Underwood and Wilkins, and Whakatane High School. Pete, it's been a pleasure calling this game with you. Really appreciate your insight. Enjoy the rest of the day and enjoy the game still to come. After this, we've got the 35 men's Old Boys.
Thank you very much, Tiv. Really proud that I get the opportunity and pleased to call a game with you. Just to finish off, I wish everyone out there and with our touch whānau a happy new year and a prosperous one, and may your touch pathways through 2024 be great. Kia ora whānau.
And Galaxy and As One will play that game a little bit later on, followed by our Open Women's and Open Men's finals. So join us after the break. We will see you then.
Been too long, leaves are gone, heading for the coastline. Light is there when I'm there, soaking in the sunshine. We walk for miles covered in smiles just for a while, taking the time we press rewind out on the aisles. Eyes wide as the sea, feels like our city. We walk for miles counting the smiles just for a while, right out on the coastline.
Good, bro. If you can introduce yourself and what teams you're here representing.
Kia ora, Gregan. I'm playing for As One.
Man, and what other teams do you play for at tournaments through the year?
I've played Māoris for Waireki hockey, and yeah, I think that's pretty much it.
Man, awesome. You just had a game out here in drop-offs. How did that game go?
I was a bit of a tight one, but the boys managed to pull through, which was real good. Managed to get up, so still in it.
Man, and how do you like the new drop-off starting at 4-on-4?
Oh, I reckon it's quite good, eh? Doesn't really matter. Not that if you don't score there first time, just carry on till the 2 minutes is up. It's quite good.
Yeah, mean. Awesome. And you playing tomorrow as well?
Yeah, for sure.
Awesome. We're going to do some quick fires with you, bro. I'm just going to fire some this or that at you, and you give us your answer. So, Coke or Pepsi?
Coke.
Popcorn or chocolate?
Chocolate.
Sweet or savory?
Sweet.
Kendall Jenner or Kylie Jenner?
Kylie.
Ooh, stop it. Would you rather step the last player or score the try?
Step the last player.
Oof. And if you could make your ultimate four-man drop-off team, who would be in it?
Dallas, Henry Dunn, Narohi, and
You got to put yourself in the team.
nah. Probably one of the boys. I was Cecil Loss.
On me, my bro. Oh, thank you for joining us. I told you that you won Player of the Day out there, but I don't know, that wasn't actually real. Sure, you're on. Good luck for tomorrow, and mean.
See you, bro.
Been too long, leaves are gone, heading for the coastline. Light is there when I'm there, soaking in the sunshine. We walk for miles, counting the smiles just for a while, right out on the coastline.